Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lexi and today we're doing another pick a card. Before we get into the pick a card, I want to say Merry Christmas. I hope you guys had a very lovely Christmas. Today we are going to be taking a look at a message from you guys' higher self going into the new year. So it's more so just like a message from your higher self moving forward, but anything that you could maybe focus on or anything that may come up that you may need to know about, that's what we're going to be tapping into today in regards to your higher self. So I have 3 decks for you guys to choose from. Pile number 1 is the Radiant Wise Tarot, pile number 2 is the Tripping Weight Tarot, and pile number 3 is the Deviant Moon Tarot. So see which tarot deck you are drawn to. The timestamps are going to be in the description box and I will see you guys at your timestamp. Hey pile 1, welcome to your reading. So we are currently taking a look at what messages your higher self has for you going into 2022. So I'm going to start with tarot and then move on to your oracle cards, and you guys chose the Radiant Wise Tarot deck. So let's get straight in. Spirit guides, tap me into the collective of pile number 1. Straight away they're showing me butterflies. Like I'm being shown like a lot of butterflies. They look like white deep pink. I don't know whether you guys have been seeing them a lot or just seeing the symbolism for them a lot, but I really do feel there was one pile in the predictions videos that felt kind of like 8 of Swords energy for a little while, like they felt stuck. And I'm being told going into this new year, there's almost like this energy of new opportunities, because it's almost like the reason that you were feeling stuck before, the message from your higher self is because you'd reached all the goals that you wanted to achieve, or you'd reached a level that you'd wanted, and it was like that new energy coming in, it was still loading. Do you understand what I mean? Like you'd got to the highest level, you know, like when you play a game, they show me to explain it like when I play a game. So I know you're playing Super Mario, right? And you finish the level and then you're like, it's loading, waiting for the new level to like commence. You were in that loading energy, waiting for that new adventure to come in, and I'm being told you're stepping into that in 2022, or like breaking out of that cocoon, because there's a lot of butterflies. Like the minute I tapped into your energy, it was just butterflies straight away, and I feel like you've been waiting for that for a hot minute, waiting for it. But I'm being told that the reason that there was that loading energy, that waiting energy, that processing energy, the buffering energy, is because there was new pathways that were being, you know, opened up for you. There was new doorways being opened up for you. There was new opportunities. There was more connections. Like when the universe is transpiring to give us the manifestations that we wanted, sometimes there's a little bit of a wait, because it's like they have to make sure that there's pathways to the right people, or those connections are going to be in the right places. There needs to be that unraveling beforehand, and it may look like there's not a lot of shifting going on, but there really is. It's just externally you haven't tapped into it yet. You're just waiting. Like when you plant that seed, it doesn't look like it's growing, but beneath the soil, the plant is coming out of the seed. You just don't see it yet, and I feel like that's about to sprout through the earth in 2022. So pile number 1, please spirit guides, pile number 1, what is the message from pile number 1's higher self? What is the message from pile number 1's higher self in 2022? Oh god, oh my god. Pile number 1, please spirit guides, what is the message from pile number 1's higher self? So we have the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Pop that bit there. Pile number 1, please spirit guides, what is pile number 1's, what's that card that just flipped for me? We have 4 of Pentacles. Pile number 1, what is the messages from pile number 1's higher self going into 2022? What is the message? Upright or upside down? Upright. Okay, 10 of Pentacles. What is the message for pile number 1 going into 2022? What is the message? Knight of Cups. Okay, on the back of the deck we have Judgment. So let me put this card down and we will get in. Okay. All right, okay. One thing that I do want to say, tapping into your energy, which is something that your higher self is wanting to address, is you have so much abundance within you, and I feel like you have manifested quite a little bit in so far. Like, I feel like there may be blessings around you that you've manifested in that you're aware of, but I'm being told that like there's a goal you want to reach, or maybe you've already reached that goal, or maybe there's like an even higher goal you're wanting to reach now, or a career you're wanting to build, or just like a life that you want to build. And I'm being shown like this lake. This is how they're showing it to me. It's like this lake of abundance with like, it's like glittery and it's like glistening. And then I'm being shown somebody like standing in front of it and like almost scared to jump in and put their like baby toe in, like, and then running away, because it's like there's this fear coming up of like, what if I'm not good enough? What if I self-sabotage? What if this all crashes and burns? Because I feel, pal number one, like in the past, there has been maybe disappointments, whether it's career or maybe you've just come from a background when there was a lot that went on. There was a lot of craziness, there was a lot of destruction, maybe there was a lot of heartache. And I feel like you've really done what's necessary and needed to like shift all of that within you to bring abundance in. But there's almost this energy of like, being a little bit scared to be vulnerable, to take that leap into that lake of abundance, because it's like, what if I self-sabotage this? What if I F this up? What if I don't? And there's a lot of doubts. And you know what it is? It's like, they're showing me, you know when a baby like hatches from an egg, not a real baby, a bird baby. You know when like a baby bird hatches from an egg and like it's gotta like flee the nest? Can you imagine how scary that would be? Like, it's been talked up, like, okay, I've got to jump from the nest, I've got to learn to like spread my wings, and then it's like reaching the end of that nest and it's going to jump. You're going to have like a few times where you're about to, and then you stop because it's like, whoa, this is high up, and you'll have these doubts like, what if I fall? What if I drop? You know what I mean? What if I hit every branch on my way down? Like, what if I do that? And there's an energy here, like, you are about to step into a very abundant time. You are about to step into a time when, you know, a lot of your blessings are coming in and you're receiving everything that you wanted to manifest for yourself. And I feel like it's within you, but there's this energy of I'm scared to jump out of the cocoon, or I'm scared to maybe flee this nest, or I'm scared to spread my wings, or I'm just scared to be vulnerable because I'm scared of like it disappointing me not getting what I want. And there's an energy from your higher self saying that you've been waiting for this new beginning, and there has been a reason why you've been waiting, but right now you're here as this Four of Pentacles, not wanting to give up maybe your last comforts before you bring that abundance in. It's like, okay, I'm maybe like you guys have, you're wanting to be on a platform, you're wanting to get like a business out there and be on a platform like Instagram or TikTok or YouTube, but then there's these doubts coming in like, what if people are mean to me? What if people don't like what I do? What if it doesn't go the way that I wanted to? What if it doesn't blow up the way that I wanted to? And there's these little doubts coming in, which are completely normal, by the way. You're not doing anything wrong. This is completely normal. So you're holding on to these Four Pentacles like, I'm going to stay in my cocoon a little bit longer. I'm going to stay here because it's very comfortable. Like, not a lot of people can see me right now. Or, you know, there's not a lot of risks happening right now, so I don't have to worry. And I think I just want to, like, maybe hide my heart. Maybe this idea or this business that you're wanting to get out there, your heart is really connected to it, your heart and soul, and you're scared to share that with people. Or maybe this abundance you wanted to bring in is, like, a new relationship, but it's like, I want this new relationship, and I know I do, but, like, I've done so much inner work now and so much shadow work, like, I'm holding on to my heart because I'm scared of being vulnerable and letting down those guards. So there's that happening right now, and Spirit's saying you have the ability within you to turn this wheel of fortune upside down, and it's upside down until you decide to turn it upright, to let go of these Four of Pentacles to bring in this Ten of Pentacles. Because what you're about to let go of, which is maybe being in the comfort of your own home and not traveling, or being single for a while and being in solitude but not opening up to new connections, or being hidden when you're actually supposed to be shining out and everybody's supposed to be listening to the words you have to say, or looking at the art that you're about to create. Spirit's saying let go of these little comforts so that you can have this Ten of Pentacles, letting go to receive even more and all of those blessings, because the universe is waiting for you. And there's a reason they told me to flip that background upright, because when it first came out I was like, Spirit, is that supposed to be upright? Spirit said not yet, and I was like, what do you mean? But when we look at that, it's a wheel, and the wheel is always turning. And I feel like there's just these little doubts cropping up, these worries cropping up of what, you know, that, have you seen that quote? And it's like, what if I fall, but darling, what if you fly? Like, that's the quote I'm being shown. Like, you would not have these gifts, you would not have these ideas within your subconscious, you would not have your heart connected to something if you were not supposed to succeed with it. And there's something that you're supposed to do, or something that you're supposed to reach this year. And the reason that there's such a hearty resonance is because it aligns with your heart, it aligns with your soul. And Spirit's saying this abundance is for you. These ideas, they're for you. You're supposed to step into this time. But I feel like that before this new beginning, like I was being shown those butterflies, you have been in a cocoon stage. You have been dissolving. You've been shifting from the caterpillar to the butterfly, because the butterfly was meant to receive those blessings, right? The butterfly is still a caterpillar, but it had to grow wings first. So there's this energy of you've been in like this egg, this cocoon, while you've been like shifting through, getting rid of what didn't serve. And there's a little bit of comfortability, and that's completely fine. We like to be comfortable. But the thing about comfort zones is not a lot of new opportunities come from comfort zones. We have to break out of that. We have to break the mold. We have to smash that glass ceiling. And Spirit's saying it's time now. When we chase these visions, when we take these leaps, of course it's scary. But like I always say, leap and the net will appear. And there's a new timeline that you're about to jump onto. And Spirit's saying jump. Like, we will catch you. Your spirit guides are coming through to say, like, we will catch you, jump. So your higher self is saying to, yeah, okay, these little ideas, these little worries may crop up. That's completely normal. But there's an energy here to like fight back with fight and talk. Oh, you're gonna lose. Nah, I'm gonna win. You know what I mean? And letting that like flame ignite within you, like, nah, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna reach those goals. And there's this energy to really, really like believe in yourself. Your spirit guides are backing you. It's time to jump out of that cocoon now. It's time to be seen. There's a lot that you're going to reach in 2022. I'm just going to put it that way. And there's a lot of abundance coming in. There's a lot that you've been manifesting for time. And even the period where you were isolating in your cocoon, dissolving the old and all those attachments, that was part of the manifestations, because you were letting go, purging, so that you could bring it in. So now it's like, okay, we're out of this energy now, we're out of this cocoon now, it's time to jump. And there's just this feeling of, oh, I don't want to jump from the nest, or I don't want to use my wings for the first time. I'm happy staying in the cocoon. It's comfortable here, I'm safe here, no one's going to come for me here, or you know what I mean? I'm safe from disappointments and getting my heart hurt. And Spirit saying, but you came to earth to live. You came to earth to be open to new connections. You came to earth to shine, to see the world, to be vulnerable, to feel these emotions, to take risks. That's why you came here. And there's this message from your higher self, like, let those wings be seen. I'm being shown like a peacock with the energy coming out, and Spirit saying, let yourself shine. Let those wings be seen, because this is for you, is the message. I do feel going into 2022 there will be, it doesn't have to be a relationship, it could be friendships coming in, but I see you opening up to new connections down the line. Some of you guys romantic, some of you guys friendships, some of you guys both, I'm being told. So there's this energy of allowing your heart now to be back open and vulnerable. I am being told for you guys to listen to some heart chakra singing bowls. I'm also being told for you guys to maybe get some green aventurine. Because there's this energy of like, you're in protection mode. I don't want disappointments again. I don't want people to disappoint me like in the past. I don't want to be hurt like I was in the past. I don't, you know what I mean? I want to protect myself, and I feel like you're now learning to dissolve that. That protection energy can still be there, but I feel like you've learned boundaries. So now it's time to exert those and shine. You know what I mean? I keep being shown a peacock, like just, you know, spreading its wings. That's what I keep being shown. So let's pull some oracle cards for you, and look at the judgment card there. Like, Spirit's really backing you. This is like soul purpose energy. This is something you're supposed to be aligning with. This is something that you've been preparing for. There's just doubts, and it's completely normal to have doubts, but we don't want to stay in these comfort zones, because I feel like there's always a moment to step into our comfort zone when we're doing, you know, that inner work or whatever. Not that it's very comfortable, but there's always a time for that. And Spirit's like saying you've done very well connecting with the seasons of your own energy, knowing when to fall back, knowing when to go inward. But it's like, now it's time to pop out again. Now it's spring. You know what I mean? It's time to come out. And I can imagine, like, I'm being shown like animals, like when, you know, hibernation is over. Can you imagine them like wanting, they don't want to get out of that cozy little nest and go out and start hunting for food and things like that. They must be like, oh, you know what I mean? I've been closed up, but Spirit's saying like, That's what you're here for. You know what I mean? You're here to make noise, pal one. You're here to be seen, pal one. Like, you are here to love. You're here to shine that heart out. These gifts that you have, these talents that you have, they're supposed to be on a pedestal. They're supposed to be out because you're a guiding light. But, you know, Spirit's saying you gotta want to be seen. You gotta be out there. It's scary. But, you know, what did I just shared, what's the song? They say that good things take time. It was from Hannah Montana, wasn't it? I just shared, they say that good things take time, but really great things happen in the blink of an eye. I just shared that. So there's a lot of blessings coming in for you in 2022, pal one. That, like, you've created and manifested. It's like they're waiting for you. You know what I mean? And you're not blocking anything. Everything happens in divine timing, but Spirit's saying this is waiting for you. Are you ready to put down, you know, your comforts and your shield, and, you know, are you ready to put down that to embrace this? Are you ready to do that? Because there's a lot of emotional fulfillment coming in, pile number one. And Spirit's really backing you as well. Really, really backing you. I'm being told for some of you guys to maybe do a burning bowl ritual. If you guys are feeling insecure, if you guys are feeling that way, meditate. Write down how you're feeling. I'm scared of this. I'm scared of that. Write it all down. Speak to the universe. Speak to your spirit guide. Speak to your higher self and be like, this is how I'm feeling. And I feel like this because I'm scared of this. And I'm scared of this. And I'm frightened of maybe being seen, or I'm frightened of this. I don't want to get hurt again. Write it all down. And then burn it and ask the universe to relieve you of that, you know? Or maybe get, I wrote this on my Instagram, but get like a clear quartz, speak to the clear quartz, cry to the clear quartz, let the clear quartz know all of your worries. Just sit there, talk to it like it's a friend, and then go outside, put it in the soil, and allow Mother Gaia to cleanse those energies from you, cleanse those hurts, cleanse those pains, cleanse those fears from you, you know? But I'm being told to say it's very natural that you have these feelings. Everyone would have these feelings. Even I get these feelings. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know where I'm going. I'm scared. You know what I mean? I'm scared. I'm scared for, you know, people to, whenever I'm posting a video where I'm putting my heart and soul into it, I'm scared, you know, people are going to attack me. I feel that way. I'm like, I'm scared of this because this is my heart and soul. But that means that means something to you, and that means that that's part of you. It's meant to be out there, you know? Pile number one, please, spirit guides. Pile number one, please, spirit guides. Ooh, we have the Bull. Face your problems head on with confidence and courage, and you will emerge victorious, guys. Literally, I'm being shown the Harry Potter scene when he pulls the sword out of the hat, and the sword only shows up for like true like Gryffindors, if you've never watched it. And I think, what's his name, Neville, he like is about to be like defeated by the snake, and then out from the hat comes the sword, and he pulls it and he like defeats the snake. That's what I'm being shown for you guys. Like, you're being called to like step up and rise. Like, this is what you were waiting for. This is what you wanted. Like, this is what you were always like waiting for. That's why you were going through that purge, and that's why you were going through that, you know, transcending, for you guys to rise. And that's why I'm hearing, face your problems. That's why I'm hearing that, like, it's time to get that sword and get back into fighting mode. Because you're really good at that. You're really, really good at that. You have that energy within you. You're very like fiery, like Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. You're like that, but you've been very comfortable where you've been at, and face your problems head on with confidence and courage. You're so courageous as well. The fact that you even went within to do the inner work, the fact that you even went within to purge, the fact that you even did that, like, that's a lot. You know what I mean? There's a lot of pride from your spirit guides, and it's like, okay, now it's time to shine. Now it's time to have fun. Now it's time to see what you've really been working for. Pile number one, please, spirit guides. Message from pile number one's higher self. We have the platypus. Stop complaining and focus your attentions on the blessings in your life. So what I'm being told is, again, because you've been in this Four of Pentacles energy, because you've been dealing with a lot of like negative emotions when you've been purging, when you've been healing, when you've been letting go, you've been stuck in that energy of feeling a little bit dismal, which is completely normal. We do that when we're doing shadow work. We do that when we're transforming. It's like we have to feel all these like angers and frustrations and hurt and pains, and to feel that continuously when you're doing that shadow work, it can really take it out of you, and then you kind of forget that joyous feeling, that happy feeling. And Spirit's saying to tap into your heart. That's why I'm being told heart chakra singing bowls, remember why you were doing this. Put on some like music that motivates you, you know what I mean, music that wants you to that really gets you in the zone, you know what I mean. Affirmations, like I'm really hearing that. Get excited about life again, get excited about this 10 of Pentacles again, you know. We have, oh, I don't know how to say this, I'm gonna say Pueo, the Hawaiian owl. I hope I said that correctly. Your ancestral spirit guides are offering you guidance now, so pay close attention to signs and omens from them. Some of you guys have been seeing 1616, some of you guys have been seeing 1717. I'm also hearing some of you guys have been seeing 2020. So Spirit do speak to you through angel numbers, but I'm being told that like whenever you're like, okay, like I'm ready to open up, but I'm scared of where to step to first, I'm scared of where to go first, the message from your spirit guides and your ancestors is to get to your altar or just sit somewhere where you like to meditate. Maybe that's outside, maybe that's in a quiet corner, and tap into them, tap into your spirit guides, and allow yourself to be in that receiving energy and allow the messages to come through, because your spirit guides can only kind of like help sometimes if you ask for it. They can't intervene otherwise, and Spirit's saying to like open up, you know what I mean, and allow them to step in, because then they can help lead that way for you. And like I said with the Judgment card, Spirit's very strongly around you, helping you transition back out of this cocoon, you know what I mean. So if you are feeling a little bit lost, ask for guidance from your spirit guides. It's just an energy of being ready to get out there, run out and take that course, get that video up on YouTube, get that TikTok started, get that website up, get all of that up, you know what I mean. And sometimes when we begin that, we can have a little bit of imposter syndrome. That's completely fine, that's completely natural. But Spirit's saying like, you were born for this, you are made for this, you know what I mean. This is why it's in your soul. Like whenever you feel that way, tap into your heart, just tap into your heart. The fact that it means this much to you is showing something. Pile 1, messages from pile number 1, spirit guides, please. Oh, the 2 cards just came out together for you, okay. I was supposed to use these for Christmas and I never filmed a Christmas pick a card, so I thought I'd use them now. It's the Seasons of the Witch Yule edition. So we have Mother Mary. Into the arms of a mother in embrace swells a wisdom full of grace. In thy bosom where she whispers, sleep the eye of winter. Okay, I'm being told with this card as well, with the number here being 23, adding up to 5. This year is a year of change. You may even be going through your personal year number 5 in 2022. There's a lot of shifts and a lot of changes about to take place, and it's not in the sense of, oh my god, there's an ascension, oh my god, where's the ground. It's not even like that. It's like your outer reality is becoming a I'm hearing like a whole new world. It's shifting because it's mirroring your inner reality and what you've been shifting and letting go of, you know what I mean. Like there's a lot of shifts. You may change jobs, you may, again, like it's like taking a new career. There's a lot of shifts taking place, new friendships coming in, a lot of shifting. And I feel like when it says here, into the arms of a mother in embrace, like you've been in a comfortable zone, or you've just been in a zone where you've been quiet, things have been still. You maybe have only had to deal with yourself, you've only had to deal with, you know, like healing or purging or being, you know, comforted or comforting your inner child, and it's now time to like break out, and that can be really, really scary. But like I was saying at the beginning, this is what you came to do. That card's very much mirroring that. We also have mistletoe, and we have 22 at the top, so you guys may be seeing 22 a lot. What dreams may come from the burrowing of ivy held tight within the womb, a calling in of sorts, a spell from above, holy holly. So what dreams may come from the burrowing of ivy held tight within the womb. There's something that you're doing this year that your soul's been waiting for some time, pal 1. Waiting to align with. And I feel like this year there's going to be a lot of aha moments and a lot of, wow, that connection really had to fall through so I can open up to this connection. Wow, I really wasn't supposed to go down that route, because this route was always my route. I can't imagine even, you know, having in my hands what I wanted before, because this makes so much more sense. This feels so much more in alignment with my soul. Or I'm so glad that that ex like hurt me and I got to purge and put in these boundaries, because now I'm with this person who just literally fills up my cup. And it's like I never would have been happy in that connection before. There's so much aha moments that you guys are reaching this year, and you're seeing, looking back, why certain pathways went the way they did. There's a lot of like full circle moments this year. And the back of the deck we have Father Christmas. Let me get it. Father Christmas, how did I get here? Lost perhaps, no worries at all. Gather yourself and clear the frost, for the good still lives in you, dear. Some of you guys, because you've been purging, you feel like you've lost your light, you feel like you've lost your heart, maybe you feel like you've lost that spark or that flame. That, again, is completely normal. I've been there many, many times. Spirit's saying, spend some time tapping into your heart and what brings you joy. You know what I mean? Certain hobbies that brings you joy. Listen to music that lifts you up. Tapping into why you decided to go inward in the first place. Why did you choose to do that shadow work? Why did you choose to do that inner work? What was the reason for that? What is this fear that's coming up in regards to that career? Why did you get into this career? Why did you get into that idea, that art, that music? Why did you get into that? What was the purpose of it? And tap into that in your heart space, because that's literally is what's going to ignite that. I want you guys at least one time this week or within the week of the new year to make a playlist of music that just excites you, lifts you up, and I want you to dance. Like, I want you to dance. I want you to put on a concert for your spirit guides, because Spirit's saying dance. I saw a quote the other day and it was like, when people go to shamans and they ask what, I feel like I've lost myself, I feel lost. And the shaman said, when did you stop singing? When did you stop dancing? When did you stop laughing? Those energies like tap us into our spirit. They tap us into our inner child. And I want you guys to dance or just do, even if it's like working out and listening to those songs, like I want you guys to like move your body and dance and rejoice. Like you made it here. Your strength, your determination, your heart made it here. And it's going to take you even further with this 10 of Pentacles. I want to show you this card because this was out when I picked up these cards, so I feel like it's got a message in it. So this card is Snow. We have 33, so you guys may be seeing 33 a lot. There is beauty in the divine that settles on thy flesh, a magical enchantment bestowed in purity. You've been going through that inner transformation that's been getting rid of all the weight and all the projections that other people have placed on you, hurts that other people have placed on you. You've been letting go of that. You've been purging that to unravel. So now it's like the pen, the pencil, all of that, it's now in your hand to create the life that you want. You know what I mean? And Spirit's saying this is a very beautiful time. Do not fear it. You know what I mean? You're about to start right in where you're about to go next. It's in your hand now. You know what I mean? You're no longer stepping forward with the weights of the past. You're able now to create what it is that you want. Do not fear it. This is beautiful. You've got a blank canvas to create all that it is that you want. You know what I mean? And Spirit's saying to get excited by that. I just shared dance. You know that song, Let's Dance? I just shared that. So yeah, pile number 1, that is the message from you guys, is higher self. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you guys are watching. Have a beautiful, happy new year, and I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching. Hey Pal 2, welcome to your readings. We are taking a look at what messages your higher self has for you going into the new year of 2022. So any guidance, anything that's worth noting, that's what we're going to be channeling for you guys today, and just seeing what advice that your higher selves have for you. So you guys chose the trip and wait. I'm going to start with tarot and then we'll move over to your oracle cards. So let's get straight in. Pile number 2, please, spirit guides. Pile number 2, tap me into the collective of pile number 2. I don't know whether you've just like meditated or you've really been like cleansing. Maybe you've been detoxing from certain foods or like detoxing your energy. It doesn't have to be food. It could just be energy, staying away from social media, or just staying away from certain people. Like there's this energy of you guys feeling very light. Maybe you've been feeling heavy for a little bit, but there's just this energy of lightness. You feel very light. Like you've just saged, just cleansed, just got out the bath, like you've just got out the shower, or maybe you've been in the ocean. There's this very fresh, crisp feeling as I'm tapping into you guys, pile number 2. Very like peaceful. I feel like very like centered, tapping into you guys. Maybe you've been meditating. But pile number 2, please, spirit guides. Pile number 2. What is the message for pile number 2 going into 2022, please? What is the message going in to 2022? There's a lot of how do I explain this? I feel like this year you may be going through like a spiritual upgrade. What a spiritual upgrade is, it's when you've done some inner work, or you've removed like a lot of old energies, or maybe you've reached a point with your psychic gifts where you've like opened up as much as you can in this level of consciousness. So then you're kind of like revamped, and what happens is you're rebooted. So it's like you may feel a little bit disconnected to your gifts for a hot minute while you're kind of being rewired before you turn back on. And then when you turn back on, you get a lot of like upgrades, in the sense that you may not even realize it's going on, or you may just feel a little bit shifty, but you know, your gifts will come in a lot stronger. You may be seeing a lot of visions or like geometric shapes and things in like REM state when you're going to sleep. You may get a lot of activations in certain chakras, which feels like a rebirth in that area. You may need to sleep a lot. It hits people different. Some of you guys may need to sleep a lot. Some of you guys may need to be more active, and you'll have that energy to be more active, to move that energy around your body. Some of you guys may have a little bit of insomnia, but there's a message from your higher self, like this is something that's going to come in the beginning of the year, like an upgrade. So like in the sense of be prepared, like they mean that in the sense of there's not really much you need to do, just do not worry yourself, and allow your body to stay light. Like do not eat a lot of heavy foods that make you feel low. Nothing bad's gonna happen if you do, that's completely fine. It's just that the process will be a lot easier when you're feeling a lot lighter. And Spirit's saying please keep hydrated this year, specifically the first couple of months, because as this spiritual upgrade like happens, you're gonna be feeling a little bit dehydrated. There's a lot of energies moving around, and if you feel like maybe you had goals that you wanted to accomplish and then you just feeling a little bit tired, allow the fatigue to take over you, allow it to purge out, allow yourself to sleep, allow yourself to rest, because you're gonna have that like rebirth. You're gonna be feeling back in your body very soon. For some of you guys, it'll last 2 weeks. Some of you guys, it may last a little bit longer, but there's just a lot being downloaded. You may hear light language, which sounds like a foreign language coming in when you're meditating. Allow it. You may not understand it, but your soul will understand it. You may get a lot of visitation, specifically from maybe starseeds, or you may have a lot of like, I'm seeing somebody laying there, either meditating or like trying to have a nap, or just like resting their eyes, and then like their third eye is just going haywire, and you're just having like maybe past life memories, or you're having you know, starseed memories coming through, or you're just having like aha moments come through of you know, parts of your life, if that makes sense. Like, oh my god, that's why that happened, or oh my god, I see that in a completely different view now. And there's a lot of that coming in. And Spirit's saying to just make sure that you're taking care of yourself and taking care of your energy as it happens. I see it all becoming like, I see it passing by maybe March, like Pisces season. But that's what I feel. You may even be going through it now, but there's an upgrade because you've ascended. So this upgrade's coming in. Your gifts are being like turned up, if that makes sense. So maybe you've been doing a lot of inner work to get those spiritual gifts out, and you've just been working on your higher chakras. But make sure you're grounding, you're hydrating, you're resting, okay? Pile 2, a message from pile number 2 is higher self. Someone's spirit guide. Okay, someone's got either mediumship abilities coming through, or you're realizing that you're a very good channeler. So you'll be able to connect to spirit a lot stronger. And there's this female as somebody's spirit guide standing in front of me, clapping her hands like this, going, I'm so excited. Like, it's so that they're able to communicate with you a lot easier. Like, I just heard, like, I'm so excited. Like, there's this anticipation almost from like spirit guides and spirits around you, like, oh my god, you know what I mean? It's like, it's almost like they're making it like funny, like you know when you're waiting in a concert to see a celebrity, and maybe you're like at a meet and greet. I've never been to one, but like, can you imagine waiting to see that celebrity and you want to tell them like, oh my god, love your work, you know what I mean? Like, there's this feeling of that, like, oh my god, like it feels like that. Your spirit guides feel excited, like this rebirth's happening. Got a lot to say. I haven't even pulled the cards yet. Pile 2, messages from pile number 2's higher self going into 2022. Messages from pile number 2's higher selves. We have the Queen of Swords. I just heard talk your shit. I just heard that. Your spirit guides are really funny. Really, really funny. Pile number 2. They keep talking back as well, because I said your spirit guides are really funny, and then someone spirit guide said, yeah, it's a party up here. It's a party. Pile number 2. You're very loved by spirit, pile 2. What is the messages from pile number 2's higher self in 2022? It's almost like I just want to channel so I can just keep conversing with your spirit guides. We have the devil here. Someone at one point told you that you weren't good enough, or like maybe your spiritual gifts weren't strong, or maybe like you just had a lot of people put you down in your past, and it was to kind of stop you from shining because you've always shined naturally. And Spirit's saying like this is the year where you're just going to like Queen of Swords talk your ish, like really talk a good game. And I mean that in the sense of like knowing your worth and being like, I know I'm a good, you know, psychic, or I know I'm a good painter, I know I'm a good singer, I know I'm a good business manager, whatever the case. And it's just like, I know who I am. Do not try and tear me down. Like, I built this pedestal, I'm up here. If you want to stand next to me, build your own pedestal. I'm not coming off this no matter what you throw at me. There's a lot of like empowerment coming through for 2022. Pile number 2. I just showed you're about to shine really bright, like brighter than before. You know what I mean? You've always been a light, but you're about to really shine. Or maybe you're just about to be seen, but you're really shining out in 2022. Like it's coming, because there's a lot of like stepping into your power, stepping into who you are. I'm hearing that song Change Your Life by Little Mix, and what do they sing? Change your life. We're gonna stick together. You're gonna, okay, it's something like change your life. You're gonna use it to become what you've always known. So it's like you've always had this light within you, you've always had this heart, you've always had these gifts, but it's like now you're really shining like unapologetically. You've always been this, and now you're just going to shine it out. And I'm also hearing Doja Cat's song Shine. Pile 2, what is to come 2022? What is the message from pile number 2's higher self in 2022? What is the message? We have the 10 of Pentacles. No, not 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, 10 of Pentacles. Sorry, guys. I got confused then. We have the 10 of Pentacles. I love that, because 10 of Pentacles came out for pile 1 as well. Pile number... I don't know why my spirit guides just said it's a year of like the light worker. Like a lot of people that have been doing inner work are really going to be shining this year. I just shared that. Let me know if you're feeling that too. Pile number... We've got Jupiter going into Pisces, so I guess so. Pile number 2. What is the message from pile number 2's higher self going into 2022? Knight of Swords. And the back of the deck we have the 6 of Pentacles. We have the 6 of Pentacles. Okay. Pile number 2, you are someone in the past that just like, you've always had like light within you. You've always had this very big heart. And you were just someone in the past that always had people literally like taken from you, but then making you feel like you were beneath them. Like that's what I'm being made to feel like. And this isn't current energy, this isn't energy in the future, this is like past energy. You've had a lot of people like seeing your light shine, so it's like, okay, I'm either gonna like, you've had people either dim your light so that they could shine, so it made them feel better, which never worked. I'm hearing that was never gonna work, sweetie. I just heard someone's spirit guide said. But then I feel like on the other hand, you've also had people that like really enjoyed your healing energy, really enjoyed that light you shined, really enjoyed who you were. You brought them a lot of comfort, just who you were. So it was like they would like take from you, or maybe even take you for granted, and then they would like run off. So there was never this balance. It was like, I'm taking from you and then I'm gonna run away. So when it was like time to return the favor, they were never there. And anytime you like stepped into your worth and were like, excuse me, like I've just poured into you, can you pour into me? I feel like in the past people have made you feel crazy for even asking, like who are you to do that? Like I feel like you've had a lot of people project on you, pal, too. Like, you know, you may ask for the energy you gave out back one day, or maybe you're stepping into your worth, maybe when you were stepping into this Queen of Swords energy, or maybe doing it this year. I feel like you may encounter people, or you've already encountered people like, how dare you know your worth? How dare you ask me for that in return? Like, how dare you, do you know what I mean? Like, how dare you ask for reciprocation? Like, how dare you? Like, there's a lot of that. And I feel like because in the past people benefited from being able to kind of like call you out of your name so that you'd stay in this energy of like conflicts within yourself. Like, what if they're right? What if I am being narcissistic? How dare I ask for this? How dare I assert a boundary? Like, they enjoyed that you would go into yourself in that way before, because they could take even more and they'd make you out to be the bad guy. Whereas I'm being told, like, in 2022, you don't care if people are like making you out to be the bad guy, and Spirit saying let people make you out to be bad guy Chun-Li all they want. You know what I mean? Because you know your heart, you know who you are. You are not supposed to just, you're not this fountain of love that's just supposed to be taken from and taken from and taken from. This fountain of love, yes, it can be enjoyed with other fountains of love. If somebody can't tap into that within themselves, they should not be taking it from you. And you are learning to have that balance and only pouring into something that has that reciprocated energy back, because there's something you guys are supposed to do for a career, or something that you guys are supposed to do just as a soul mission that requires that beautiful love, that beautiful effort, that beautiful energy. And maybe it's spiritual work, maybe it's like clients in regards to, you know, doing readings for people, Reiki, maybe it's therapy and psychology, maybe it's just like in the caring professions and helping people and giving that nurture into them, or maybe it's, you know, your art and all of that that's supposed to shine out. It's like people benefited in the past from you putting them first. So when you flip that switch this year, pal 2, which I feel like you're already flipping that switch, and you're like, no, I'm putting me first. No, my work comes first this year. No, I'm putting my fitness first. I'm putting my love first. I'm putting all of that first. You are going to have people, your higher self is coming to say, you are going to have people that are going to project onto you, that are going to try and make out that you're bad guy Chun-Li, like I said. But it's like, that was always going to happen, because when we shine a light, we cast a light on people's shadows. There's a lot of people that are not going to like the person you're becoming, not because they don't really like who you're becoming, but because they don't have free access to it anymore. They're seeing you putting that into yourself. They're seeing you put that into clients, your projects. They're seeing you pouring that everywhere, but because it's not going into them and they know that they can't really afford that, it's like, oh, that person's a bad person now. You know what I mean? Or that person isn't all that they say they are. And Spirit's saying, let them yap. You know what I mean? The only person that's listening to them is themselves in the mirror. Like, let them yap, let them get triggered, let them do that, because if they're not going to do the inner work, it's not for you to guide them there or heal or, you know, bring them there if they're not going to actually do it. Because I feel like you've really tried to like heal others and help others, and you've really like overgiven to people. And it's fine to give, but when people are just taken, we can be taken for advantage. And this year you're really going to shine, and it's going to pee people off. And I'm also being told to say from your higher self, it's going to F people off that you wouldn't have expected it to. And you may already know this. I'm hearing phone calls by Jessie Reyes, and she sings, please step to the side, I've got real ones waiting to ride for me. And she's talking about how her, you know, old friends, people that have been with her since day one, they're feeling salty towards her because she's winning now, while people that she's never met are showing her mad love. And it's like, wow, you know what I mean? Wow. So there's this energy of, you may be shocked or a little bit surprised that people turning a little bit salty towards you, but it's because they never expected you to shine like that. You really like bounce back and giving that energy to yourself, and you're really rushing towards your goals. Look at him rushing towards the 10 of Pentacles. I see a lot of windfalls of abundance coming in, pal 2. You are really knowing who you are, really like crown on the head, kings and queens, like, I know who I am. There are going to be people that are like, wait, remember when you were giving me those pentacles, can I have one? And you're like, well, can I have one of yours? Like, can this be reciprocated? And they're like, how dare you? You know what I mean? Like, I'm hearing that. But that energy was supposed to be given to yourself, and then whatever was flowing beyond what was given to yourself, it was supposed to be given to people that genuinely want to pour into you too and do the work. And I feel like you've had a lot of people just like benefit from you not knowing who you are. You're going to have a lot of eyes on you, pal 2, this year. A lot of eyes on you. A lot of people getting a little bit jealous, but not to dwell on the negative. You are also going to be you're going to be a guiding light for people this year. You're going to be a safe place for people this year. You're going to be a lighthouse for people this year. You are going to inspire many people this year. Just you being you. Just you wearing that outfit that other people may have told you not to wear. You're walking down the street. That's all you're doing. You put on an outfit, you walk down the street, going to get a coffee and a bagel, right? And you're walking down and your outfit's like pretty out there, and then someone looks at you and goes, oh my god, they're wearing that outfit, and everyone's looking at them and they're like so confident. You know what, today I'm gonna wear that outfit that I wanted to wear. So, you know, the next day then they put on that outfit, and now they've been inspired by you to be their authentic self, and now they can do it. Or somebody being scared to take a path towards a certain career, and then you're out there talking about your career, you're out there doing what it is that you want to do, and then it's like, oh my god, that person's really shining doing that, and I do this and I'm really good at it. You know what, I'm gonna shine. You're really going to be a lighthouse and a guiding light for people. You're going to be a source of motivation for people. You are going to be an inspiration for people this year. On top of that, you're really going to be teaching people even around you that putting in those boundaries and stepping into who you are and owning who you are and talking your ish, they're going to be like, oh, you know what, I'm going to be like that too. Somebody here has a younger cousin or a younger sibling or someone that grows up around them that's younger. They're going to see you in that energy, and they're going to claim it as their own too, and they're going to step into their power like that too. You know what I mean? So you're really lifting people up, but there's always a yin yang. You are going to have people in this triggered devil energy that are just not going to be happy about it and are always going to try and project and attack it. That always happens. Spirit saying, grind and pay no mind. Like, there's a lot of little mottos and quotes. I don't know whether you listen, like, you look at a lot of mottos and stuff like that, but I'm hearing that. Grind and pay no mind. Like, literally just, like, focus on you. If they're projecting, allow them to project. You know what I mean? You know what you're doing. If they don't want to do the inner work and they want to stay triggered, that's fine. You know what I mean? They have the chance to stand next to you. They have the chance to be next to you, and they're choosing not to. Well, that's fine, you know. Pile number 2, please, spirit guides. If you do see people as well copying you this year, when we are original, when we are tapping into our originality, I'm hearing like the blueprint, when we're tapping into our blueprint, other people, there's inspiration, and there's people that may not know what it is that they're supposed to shine with. They're a little bit lost, and they look at other people's success, so they want to try and create it as their own. There's just a quick message coming through. Spirit don't want to focus on it too much, but there's just a quick message coming through that when this does happen, it may be a little bit irritating, but remember a time when you tried to go down a path that wasn't yours, or you tried to be somebody that you weren't. Remember when it crumbled? Yeah, that will probably happen for them, because they need to tap into their authenticity too, and that's just their path. They'll find somebody else to kind of mimic as well. I know it can be irritating, but it's a lack of self-confidence within themselves. They will find their confidence at one point. You know what I mean? Just send them love, ignore, keep shining, you know? This is more like a pep talk from your higher self, but Spirit's saying do not get disheartened when people that were close to you, or friends, are starting to turn a little bit salty and bitter. It's happened to myself. You know what I mean? People that I've had in my life for a really long time, and they've started to get a bit bitter. I mean, when I've started to embrace that and know who I am, it happens to people like that, especially when we're used to giving. However, that's just how it goes. Keep shining. The right people are going to stick with you. The right people are going to be inspired. The right people are going to cheerlead you the way you cheerlead them, and stand next to you and shine with you. You're now coming into alignment with people that shine like that. We have the ladybug. This is a time of good fortune and abundance, so be willing to receive all good things in your life. What was I saying? You're really moving up levels this year, really shining. You're being known this year. This isn't a year that you're going to be hiding away. A lot of abundance is going to come in, and it's going to be loud. It's going to be loud, okay? It is going to be loud. And I was shown that quote. Have you seen that quote? And it's like, the universe will hand you your abundance and fortune in front of the people that talked ish about you. So this is going to be loud. Who you're becoming is going to be someone that's very loud. Look at that under the Queen of Swords. This is not going to be silent. People are going to know you're moving up. People are going to see that, whether it's on social media, whether it's just you being out there, people are taking notice of you. There's a lot of it. You're being seen. in 2022, pile 2. Pile number 2, please, Spirit Guides. Pile number 2. Pile number 2, please, Spirit Guides. What message does pile number 2's higher self have for pile 2? We have the Zebra. Let go of your fear and know that you are safe and protected at all times. So maybe there's a little bit of fear of being seen. Maybe there's a little bit of fear of like, I want to shine my heart out. I want to put myself out there, but I'm scared of what people will say. I'm scared of people projecting onto me. I'm scared of people attacking me. And I wouldn't be telling the truth if I was to say sometimes when we put our heart into something and we shine it out, that people aren't going to project, because it happens to myself. Whenever I've done a video where my heart and soul have been in it and it may have been a bit out there, I've had to bare my soul a little bit. I've had people that have projected onto me. I've had people that have tried to attack it. It does happen, but that means you're doing something right. It's just hitting somebody's trigger. And there's a message to not take that to heart, and don't let that stop you from claiming who you are. Do not listen to those naysayers. Do not listen to those people projecting. I know it's hard sometimes because you have a really big heart, and it's always hurt me sometimes when I've seen people, when I've been shining and people have attacked me, and I know I'm triggering them, and it's like, I don't mean to trigger you, like I'm trying to help, you know what I mean? It hurts my heart sometimes because it's like, I want everyone to feel love and abundance. I don't want you to be feeling this way, but it's like, if they're not going to do the inner work, that's not your problem, that's not your fault. You know what I mean? It really isn't. Keep shining, because even when we're hitting somebody's trigger, it's hitting them so they can feel it and understand it, so maybe that can help purge it out. So you are still helping, but don't be scared of people saying things or people not understanding, because the right people are going to align with you. You know what I mean? When I post a Starseed video, I know that sometimes when I'm talking about what I'm talking about, some people are going to think I'm crazy. So I know some people are going to think that, but it's like, the right people aren't though, and that's my tribe, you know? So there's a message of that coming through, like, just follow your heart and say what needs to be said. The right people will align. We also have Goose at the back of the deck. Take time to rest and recuperate rather than continuing your striving. So your higher self is saying this year, make sure that you are, because you're shining, a lot of people are seeing you, there may be a sense of overstimulation. So make sure going into this year that you are resting. Make sure going into this year you're still doing little things for you, because as you're giving out, you also have to give to you. And sometimes because you've got such a big heart, you forget that you need to receive sometimes. So say now you're doing spirit work, say now you're doing tarot work, say now you're doing therapy or anything like that. Once you've done your work, tap into your heart space and take 3 deep breaths in, and allow that healing energy that you've just been given out, allow it to come into your heart, allow that to come back into you, so that you are feeling filled up and reciprocated too. Because sometimes when I get burnt out, it's because I'm doing the readings and I'm doing all of that, but then I forget that I need it too. So after a reading, I like to sit, have my spirit guide still with me, crown chakra still open, and I just allow the energy to pull back into my heart so I can feel it too, so I can have a bit of that healing energy too, you know what I mean, that I'm giving out. So there's a message of that. Make sure that you're still giving to you. Let's pull 2 more cards to end the reading. These cards are like Christmas cards. It's the Season of the Witch Yule edition, and I forgot to do a Christmas picker card this year, oops, so I'm using them for this one. Pile number 2, please, spirit guides. Pile, ooh, that flopped out. We have telling stories. What words so tender can be spoken so bravely unless they are true from the truest of words? This is the thing you're supposed to be heard this year. There's a story that you have to tell. There's words you're here to sing. You know what I mean? There's motivation that can only be spoken by you because it's your calling. You have so much within you, so much love within you, so much light within you that needs to be shone out. And it can only be shone out by you because you're very, very authentic. Everything that you do is because it's touched by your heart. And because of that feeling of that heart energy, yes, it can trigger people because some people aren't connected to that or they're scared of that, but some people it's going to ignite them too, and it's going to ignite them into their own heart too. So there's things that you need to say or things that you need to do that can only be delivered by you, and they're going to be heard. Your story is going to be heard, is the message from your higher self. People are going to know who you are People are, even if they don't know exactly physically who you are, they're going to see your art, they're going to see your words, they're going to, that source of where it's coming from, they're going to benefit from it because of you being authentic and shining that out. There's a lot of words that you are speaking out this year that people have tried to keep you quiet for from some time. You know what I mean? People have really tried to shh you or make you think, oh, that's crazy, or no, don't wear that, don't do that, don't say that. Just don't. And it wasn't because they didn't like what you were about to say. It was because, like, oh, that means they're in their, like, queen or king shit, and I don't want them in that. So let's make them insecure about it. No. You're gonna speak it all out this year. It's all gonna come out this year. Pile number 2, message from pile number 2's higher self. The message from your higher self is talk your ish. That's why I just hear talk your ish. Talk it. May have like a throat chakra activation. We have Mother Mary. This came out for pile 1 as well. Into the arms of mother in embrace swells a wisdom full of grace. In my bosom where she whispers sleeps the eye of winter. It's like you are Mother Mary, like you are that nurturer, you are that guide, you are that person with all of that wisdom. You know what I mean? Like it says here, a wisdom full of grace, like you have that within you. There's stuff that only you can say that can move mountains. Like you're very, very powerful and you're stepping into it this year. You're realizing who you are. Or maybe you've been realizing it for some time, but this year it's like, you may have been like purging for some time or a little bit hermiting, because you know that meme of the girl from Scream Queens, I think her name's Emma Roberts, and she like twirls in and she's like, hey bitches, you thought you saw the last of me. Like it's like you just emerging like that, like phoenix. And we also have the back of the deck ringing the bells. Ring thy bell to cast them out, ring thy bell and dance about, swirl the sounds amidst the winds, nowhere to hide, for all will ring. What was I saying about people hearing you? Ring thy bell to cast them out. Nothing's stopping this. Like you're in your power this year. You are in it. Nowhere to hide, for all will ring. It's like people are hearing you. No one can stop that. People are trying to stamp out your light and it's like, nope. Here I am, bitches. Like that's what I'm hearing. Like you're really shining this year. You're stepping into you. This is a year of you. This is a year of self-empowerment. This is a year of you tapping into that confidence, tapping into that throat chakra, speaking facts. You know what I mean? Speaking your wisdom. Here I am. That's what I'm hearing. And I'm hearing the Nicki Minaj song, Here I Am. So that's all I have for you, pile number 2. I really hope that you enjoyed this reading. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if you did. I hope you guys have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching. I hope you guys have a beautiful and healthy, happy new year. And hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching. Hey pile 3, welcome to your readings. So we are taking a look at what messages your higher selves have for you going in to 2022. So you guys chose the Deviant Moon Tarot. I'm going to start with the tarot and then we're going to move on to the oracle cards. So let's get straight in. So pile number 3, please spirit guides, tap me into the collective of pile number 3. I'm being shown birds, so some of you guys may be seeing a lot of birds. I'm also being shown snakes. So I don't know whether this is, I feel like some of you guys may have been going through a time period where you've been shedding old skin, because when I think of snakes, we look at them shedding their skin, that rebirth energy, that kundalini energy, and then when we look at birds, that represents freedom, spreading the wings. So I feel like you guys have maybe been going through a rebirth. I found that theme to be very much consistent through a lot of my picker cards recently. I feel like we've all been feeling it. But I feel like this is an energy going into 2022 where you're going to be feeling a lot more free. Like you're not bound to anything. That's a message coming through. So let's get in pile. I feel like spirits show you animals to, like some people get like angel numbers or like symbols, whereas I feel like animals are kind of like sent to you as messages. So be on the lookout for that specifically in 2022, but I feel like it already happens. Like you always get animals as like messengers from spirit, like butterflies. I'm being shown grasshoppers and things like that. So little bears, I'm just being shown like a little teddy bear. Take what resonates. So pile 3, what is the message from pile number 3's higher self going into 2022? What is the guidance? What is the message from pile number 3's higher self? Okay, so we have the Hierophant. Let's pop that there. Pile number 3, please, Spirit Guides. Pile number 3. What is the messages from pile number 3's higher self? We have the Ace of Swords. Pile number 3. Oh God, pile number 3. What is the message from pile number 3's higher self? Going in, we have the Queen of Wands. Okay. Strong energies coming through. I'm hearing the Pocahontas song, Just Around the River Bend. Really like aligning with the soul. Like, where do I want to go? Where do I want to go? I feel like there's a lot of shifts taking place in 2022, but there's this message coming through from your higher self to get into contemplation, get into, I'm not saying go into hermit mode, but make sure you're taking time out this year to get into a meditative state, to see the way. Because they're showing me the scene from Pocahontas when she goes to Grandmother Willow and she says, what is my path? How am I going to find it? And Grandmother Willow tells her, all around you a spirit's child. You know that saying, all around you a spirit's child, they live in the earth, the water. If you listen, they will guide you. And she sings, listen with your heart, you will understand. So it's like, you're really learning this year. And I feel like this is a pathway you're now walking down to, like, trust yourself, trust your intuition, trust your heart and where you're going to go, and really listen to the currents of, I'm hearing the currents of the universe, you know, the currents of your own energy of where to go, because you're really tapping into this year with the Hierophant and the Ace of Swords. You're really on a quest of self this year, it feels, and learning how intuitive you are and learning how strong you are. And I feel like that's leading you to your path. I referenced it in one of the other picker cards, you know, from Brave, when she sees the little lights in the forest and she like follows them, or like Moana when she sees the lights going across the sea. There's that energy of like following your intuition, following where you need to go. Like, I'm hearing there's no wrong answer, you know what I mean? Pile number 3, message from pile number 3's higher self. What is their guidance for 2022? We have Justice. This is like really strong energy. Back of the deck, we have Ace of Wands as well. Oh my God. There's this energy, like, this year you're realizing that you co-create with spirit, and there's this realization coming through. And that's a message from your higher self, like, you are the creator. You can manifest and bring in what it is that you want. When you align with something that you want, when you align with an idea, when you align with a lifestyle, when you align with your heart, the universe transpires to create that for you. You know what I mean? And creates those twists and turns to navigate you where you need to go. And sometimes you're walking down a path and you're thinking, how is this even taking me where I want to go? But in the end, it becomes full circle and you look back and you're like, okay. So there's this message to really allow the universe, or really allow spirit to guide you, and work in tandem with the universe and work in tandem with your spirit guides to align you with what you want. You know that saying I like to say, leap and the net will appear? That's a message coming through this year. It's like, trust in your heart, trust in your guidance. Some of you guys may be feeling a little bit stuck right now, like, I don't even know where I want to go. Maybe you've reached goals that you wanted to reach. Maybe you've reached the abundance that you wanted to reach, or you've reached a certain point. And now it's like, now that I have this, now that I'm here, well, where do I go now? I didn't even think I'd get to this point. Where do I go now? And Spirit's saying, remember when you were in that full energy? Remember when you were in that full energy before you had what you have now? Remember that energy? And you didn't quite necessarily have a pinpoint of where you wanted to go. Spirit's saying, get back into that energy, get back into your hearty energy, get back into that connection to your spirit, that connection to that like inner wisdom, that higher self. Tap into it and allow it to guide you. Because sometimes when we don't even have like an understanding of where we want to go, we can call to spirit, we can call to the universe, and we can say, universe, take me where I need to go. Take me where I'm going to be emotionally fulfilled. Take me where I'm going to be physically fulfilled, materially fulfilled. Whatever you see as the best path for me, that is going to make me happy, that is going to make me confident, that is going to make me feel inner peace. I allow you to take the reins. I know you know what's best for me. Allow that to happen, and I will follow you know, I'm being shown again with Pocahontas, like when the wind comes and the leaves kind of take her, and she like looks up and she can see that like the pirate ships, and she's like, strange clouds. Like, I'm being shown that like allow that gust of wind to then take you, and it will take you to that destination. You know what I mean? Because I feel like there's almost this feeling of you already achieving something that is kind of like a solid foundation, and now it's like, okay, well, the paintbrush is in your hands, the pencil is in your hands, but then it's like, wait, I don't even know what I want now. Like, I'm a completely different person than I was before. I'm a completely different person than before my skin has shed. So what I wanted before isn't what I wanted now. But I don't even know what I want yet. And that's why your higher self was coming through with the Hierophant here and the Ace of Swords. You will reach that by tapping into your soul and allowing the universe, allowing your spirit guides to usher you where you need to go next. And even when you don't necessarily have a desire of where you want to go or an idea, allow yourself to play. Because when we are in that play state, when we are in that imaginative state, we're able to tap into our soul, we're able to tap into our inner child, our creativity, and we can then create a world in our subconscious, in our imagination of where we want to go, and then bullseye. We know where we want to go. We know what we want to align with. So Spirit saying, allow this time to like get to know this new you. Allow this time to get to know what you like, what you don't like. Try out some new things. Try out some new hobbies. Tap into that. And that's going to usher you where you need to go. There's a lot of time spent like, who am I? What do I like? What do I want to do? Allow yourself to play. Allow yourself to dance. Allow yourself to be in that imaginative state like you were in the past. Because you've been here before, but I think you've been in grinding mode for a while to make, you know, those manifestations come in, or at least lay those grounds, and now it's like, oh, okay, I have this now, but now I'm a little bit lost, like, you know, what's going on? I'm being, a lot of Disney references, and being shown Alice in Wonderland when she's in the forest, and she says to the Mad Hatter, like, where do I go? No, not the Mad Hatter, the cat, the Cheshire Cat. And then she's like, where do I go? And he's like, well, why do you want to go? And she's like, I don't know. And then he's like, well, go anyway, because if you don't know where you want to go, anyway is going to lead you to that place. And that's the message from your spirit guides. Like, allow yourself to get lost, allow yourself to like roam, allow yourself to play, allow yourself to dance and sing and tap into that inner child, because that's then going to take you to that destination. While you're doing that, ask Spirit to guide you, because by doing that, you're going to be put on that path. So that's a message from your higher self. If you are feeling confused, if you're like, I really don't know where I'm going, tap into yourself, tap into your inner child, be in that imaginative state, lay back, you know what I mean? Try out some new things. And I feel like clarity is going to come. And do you see in this Ace of Swords, there's two faces. I know there's like two faces in a lot of them, and it's funny that you chose this deck, because if you look at all the cards, but I'm going to show this one because it's more like poignant, but we have the darker energy here, which is like the shadow self, and we have the lighter energy here, which is like the higher self. I feel like you've really been aligning both sides to let go of what you want, and maybe something you've manifested in or something you've created. It could even be something that maybe your old self wanted, or your old self, and now it's come to completion. It's like, there's a new level, you know what I mean? Your higher self has a completely different idea now, you know what I mean? And what your old self was manifesting in, it was part of your journey, because it was creating the root work, it was creating the grounding work, but it's like, you're not just settling here, you want to push that further. So it's like your higher self is now like, okay, we've balanced ourselves out, we're no longer being driven by maybe like desire or something like that, or we've let go of the old, so now it's like time now that we're balanced to really see where we can go, because you've really been balanced and you've really been putting in the work to get where you're at. Pile number 3, and with the crescent moons here, there's a lot of karma that's been purged out, there's a lot of releasing that's been purged out, and with this full moon here, with this release in the Queen of Wands, you may have just been feeling a little bit like, I don't know which way to go, I don't feel inspired, like I manifested everything that I wanted in, and now it's like I have nothing to like reach for. And Spirit's saying, okay, now play then. Play and it'll come to you. You know what I mean? Dance, play, just be, meditate. Again, there's something about taking up a new hobby, or just doing things that like ignite your soul, or just trying new things out, trying to see which hat suits. Maybe you want to take up gardening. Maybe you want to take up painting. Maybe you want to take up making music. Like, tap into new hobbies that can inspire you. You know what I mean? A lot of the hobbies you take in this lifetime will be turned into like businesses, or will be turned into something that can blend in with the career that you want or the lifestyle that you want to create abundance. Because I'm hearing that everything you touch does turn to gold like that. But with the Ace of Wands here, do you see this little baby here? There's something that's about to be birthed this year. We have the butterfly wings at the back as well, which I love, but something's going to be birthed this year. It doesn't have to be a literal child. It's more so a creation, a project, and it's like, you haven't got it in your mind yet. That's why I'm being told to be careful of like what I say, because you're supposed to reach that. But there's something within you that's like merging, and I feel like it's going to be birthed this year in the sense of like an idea or a creation. But to tap into that, Spirit saying you got to play, you know what I mean? And with the Justice card, like you've balanced a lot out. And now you've got all of these doors in front of you. Maybe you're not knowing what one to walk down, but you have all of these keys, and the key is within you. You have these keys, and Spirit saying that clarity is going to come once you know, let your inner child take the lead. I feel like maybe you've been doing shadow work in the sense of nurturing the inner child, nurturing and healing the inner child. And now it's like, allow your inner child to take your hand and ask your inner child, where do we go? What do we do? What should we do? And allow your inner child to teach you. You've been teaching your inner child, we don't have to do this, we don't have to do that, and helping your inner child heal. Now it's time for your inner child to teach you how to have fun, how to relax, how to step back into that abundant energy, how to do that. You know what I mean? That's what I'm being told going into this year, because there's something emerging like around the April time. And remember, timing can be different for everyone. Time is always in a state of flux, but there's something about April time. And funnily enough, we have Aries season, and you know, we have the spring equinox, which is in my eyes the kind of like new year. And I feel like around that time something's going to come into your mind, like a creation. And I just see like a door being in front of you. It's like, oh, but it's because you would have spent that time having fun, dancing, seeing the light again in life, seeing the beauty of Mother Gaia, seeing the beauty within yourself, and just dancing and tapping into your heart. So you're gonna really like birth something, and you're really strong manifestors, but I feel like you're aware that you're strong manifestors. I feel like you've manifested a lot in, and you're gonna realize in 2022 how strong that really is. Like, you're aware you're good at it. I feel like there's something you've manifested in that's already with you, but it's like you're about to bring in even more. And this time there's not a lot of like maybe shadow work that comes with it, or a lot of like the old coming up to purge with it, because you've already cleared it. So now it's like it's gonna come in a lot faster, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of excitement here, but that's why Spirit's saying, okay, play so you can kind of revitalize that state of mind, so you can bring that in. Because there's this energy of, I'm going into the new year, but like I don't know what I want. I don't know what I want in my career, or I don't know what path to take, or like, how do I know what step to put first? Like, there's a lot of that, and Spirit's saying it's all within you. All within you. And you're listening to your intuition this year, tapping into your intuition to let it guide you. Because your soul is a very like nomad. Your soul is a very strong like free spirit, and I feel like you're very clairsentient. So it's like, there's this feeling like you just have a sign, or you have an idea in your brain, and you just like follow it. And I feel like you've done that a lot of your life, and that's because you have psychic foresight, so you can see a timeline. So you just kind of naturally manifest that timeline in, and allow yourself to kind of go with the tides, kind of like a jellyfish like that, like Moana, like how far I'll go. And I feel like because you've been building, you haven't been in that energy for a while, so coming back to it, it's like, it may even feel a little bit foreign to you, like, I don't really think I should be in this playful energy. I don't think I should be in this daydream energy, because, you know, I should be grinding. And Spirit's saying there has to be a balance of both, so you're stepping back into it now. Yeah, I just see, like, I'm shocked the Fool card didn't come out, because this feels like the Fool energy. You're on a quest. What do I really want? What does my heart really want? What does my soul really want? And you're going to find it's a little bit different than when you first started out on this journey, you know? Which is probably why the confusion is coming in, because it's like, oh, where do I want to go now? Maybe you wanted like tons and tons of money before, and now it's like, okay, I want financial freedom. Yeah, but like, I want inner peace. How do I obtain that? Oh, I want to see the world. How do I do that? There's a lot of that. It's like there's been shifts. So it's like, who am I now? Wouldn't shock me if you're going through your first house perfection year. There's a lot of like, who am I? The North Node may be transiting your first house. Pile number 3. What guidance does pile number 3's higher self? Oh, they came out together. me. What cards do we have? So we have the dog. Your loyalty and faithfulness is misplaced by serving too many masters. Now, this isn't coming in the sense of like serving too many other people. It's more so like, and there's this feeling of you being in grind mode, bringing in fruition, bringing in what you wanted, working really hard. And it's like you're trying to stay in that energy and wanting to reach this new height, or like, you know, that castle in the distance. But it's like, to do that, you have to have that wisdom of the inner child. And it's almost like you may be like trying to bat it away, like, no, I need to stay in grind mode, I need to stay in grind mode. And Spirit's saying, how do I explain this? Allow yourself to waver and tap into both energies. You can be both. Know when to fall back and daydream and be the fool, but then know when to step into the Emperor energy. Know when to step into the Eight of Pentacles energy. Like, know when to step into that. Right now, it's time to shift over. It doesn't mean that that energy of grinding's gone. It's just that to get to the next level, you want to have like a clear-cut energy of where you want to go, or you want to have at least a pathway of what to walk down, instead of just like a bunch of bushes in front of you. So it's like, allow the inner child to like wade its way through the bushes, enjoy, eat some berries, you know what I mean, and enjoy that until it can see. And then once you've daydreamed that path, that you've imagined that path and you see it, it's like, right, okay, I see a path, now I can get back in that energy, you know what I mean, and now I can really grind and get to that castle. So Spirit's saying, don't resist where your energy is taking you, because this year you're meant to be, if you can see me behind the screen, I am moving back and forth like a plant swaying in the wind. You're supposed to be like that this year, and then tap into that Emperor energy when it's time. Tap into that energy of you know, grinding when it's time. You're supposed to dwindle between both. We also have the Bow. Face your problems head on with confidence and courage, and you will emerge victorious. Okay, so there's this energy of surrendering. I'm hearing Janae Aiko, surrender. Surrender to these energies. It's cool to be lost sometimes. When we think of lost, that can be quite scary, but it's actually really cool to be lost sometimes, because then it's like you have no idea where you're about to go. You may have no idea who you are. So what that then leaves is this kind of open energy of becoming something, transmuting. What was I being shown about the snake at the beginning? They were showing the snake at the beginning, transcending that energy. When you are lost and you don't know who you are, it's because when we're in the 3D, we're a condensed physical object. So when we're lost, that energy opens like this, because we're being transformed into something new. To shift water, and when we shift ice into water, it has to melt and take on a completely different new form. So that ice has to get lost and melt before it can take a completely different form. So that's what's happening. That's why you're feeling that way, because you're in this energy of like, the energy is condensed. It's mist right now. Do you understand what I mean? But for it to turn back into water, into a different kind of like solid, to turn back into ice, we're going to have to shift and really allow that energy to take place. And I feel like you're almost like, I don't want to get out of this rigid energy. I don't want to be out of this work energy. I don't want to be out of this grinding energy, or where I'm at right now, because then that means that I'm going to be lost and I'm not going to know where I'm going. And Spirit's saying that's the key. That's the key, because then the wind can take you where you need to go. And I'm hearing it again, just around the river bend. Listen to Pocahontas, just around the river bend after this, because that's got a message in it for you, I'm being told. The back of the deck, we have an octopus. We have the octopus. Oh my guys, what was I just saying? What was I just saying about the energy shifting and going from like ice to water to air, so that you can maneuver around? Literally, what is the first word? Practice shape-shifting by altering your physical appearance and mannerisms. What was I just saying? What was I just saying? So it's like, you know that saying, like, fake it till you make it? I don't mean fake anything, but it's like, if you have no idea who you are right now, try out different hats, try out different hairstyles, try out different clothes. You know what I mean? Try out what fits right for you. You're getting to know yourself again going into this year. Try out different things. Who am I now? I don't know what I like. Okay, well, paint a picture, listen to songs, dance. You know what I mean? Go take up some water sport, get on a jet ski, like whatever the case. I don't, you know, stuff like that can be a bit limited, but whatever the case, try new things to get to know you and see what lights you up. Allow yourself to shapeshift. Allow yourself to fall over sometimes. You've done it before. Allow yourself to do it again. What do you like? You know what I mean? What perfumes? What do you like to smell like? What essential oils do you like to burn? Try it, like shake it up. I'm being told to shake it up. Shake up your physical routines. You know what I mean? Try out, you know, maybe you've always loved cardio and now you're feeling a bit burnt out with it. Try a bit of Zumba. You know what I mean? Try a bit of dancing. Just dance around your room, shake it up, like shake that energy so you can allow it to transform and become something new. Because this year there's a lot of like shifting and you're kind of like allowing your heart to guide you. I'm hearing Pocahontas, how far I'll go. And I'm being shown, what's the other one that I was just saying? It's gone from my head. I was just being told another one. It wasn't Disney though, was it? Just Around the River Band. There we go. I'm hearing that as well. So allow yourself to shift and, you know, move like the water. Allow yourself to flow and you'll find yourself coming back to yourself. But it's like you're creating a new version of you with new desires and new wants and new needs. Let's pull some more cards. I'm using the Season of the Witch, but the Yule edition, because I was supposed to do a Christmas picker card and I forgot. So I feel like this is kind of like my last chance to use the Christmas version, the Yule edition. So we're using it today. So technically it's still Christmas because it's not New Year yet. So that's what I'm thinking in my brain. Pile number 3, please, for guides. Pile number 3. This is a very potent time in your life, and Spirit's saying embrace it and enjoy it. Do not resist it, because you have really taken yourself to like new heights and new heights. You're always up leveling. Your life has been one big quest, I'm being told, and it's like this is going to be a very abundant time period where you're becoming emotionally fulfilled and you're learning who you are without the projections of other people, without the trauma from the past, without, like, you are learning who you are at your core. And this is going to be a really fun time. Do not resist it. Do not let it scare you. I'm hearing let go. Let go. Because it's like, you know, leap in the net will appear. I'm being shown somebody swinging on this rope, like just by their hand, and it's like burning their hand, and Spirit saying let go, let go, let go, let go. Allow yourself to fall and allow yourself to get lost. You can find yourself. That's the message from your higher self. Pile 3. What is the message from pile number 3's higher selves? I love doing like higher self readings, guidance readings. They really have my heart. We have offerings. I give to you my heart's intent, wrapped in gratitude and thankfulness. Devotion in exchange for your presence. Here I am gifting my essence. So a message from your spirit guide is, look at, like, let's just say, I'm being told 3, so for some of you this may resonate. Look at 3 years ago, right? Look at where you are now. Look where you've brought yourself. Moving into this next energy, you may not know where you're going, but be grateful for all that you've learned and where you are. So being in that energy of gratitude, you can then bring in the newness. And even if you feel like, oh, I don't really know what to be grateful for, just having like air in your lungs, you know what I mean, is enough to be grateful for. I remember when I went through my personal year number 9, it was all the way back in 2017, and a job that I was working in, which I hated, had like fallen away, and every damn friend had fallen away, and everything that I'd wanted that year, career-wise and all of that, it had crumbled. Because it just wasn't really my path. It had crumbled. And I remember sitting in my room. At the time, I didn't even have a bed in my room. I had no job at this point. I had nothing. Nothing at all, like you would think to be thankful for. And I sat in that room and I was like, universe, thank you so much for teaching me these lessons. Like, thank you so much for everything I have. And I guess to look at it in the physical, I didn't quote unquote have much. But I was grateful for everything I learned. Like, I trusted that the universe was taking me where I needed to go. Look at me now, and that was like 5 years ago, 4 years ago, I think now. I don't know, whenever 2017 was, you know, it was quite a while ago, but all of that had to crumble for me to become who I am today, you know? So I was grateful in that moment for everything crumbling, because I knew it was taking me where I needed to go. So there's an energy here with this card to practice gratitude, to be in that energy, so the universe can really, you know, tap into that with you and align you with more things to be grateful for. Because let me tell you, when I was doing that and I was thanking the universe every night, sitting on like my bedroom floor, like, thank you, thank you, thank you. I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks later, because it was like the week before Christmas. I got a call randomly from my younger sister's best friend's mother. Didn't know her from Adam, did not know her at all. Called in my mom to say, does Lexi want this job? You know what I mean? Like, I hadn't even applied for anything yet. I was like, does Lexi want this job? Like, you know, it'll give her enough time to work on whatever she's doing on the side. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know she doesn't want like anything to like pressure us. That's not even a word. You know what I mean? Like, nothing to pressure her too much. Does she want it? And that job then allowed me to make money while I was doing what I needed to on the side. 3 weeks is all it took. So allow the universe to shock and surprise you. Be in that energy of just like allowing whatever is meant for you to come in, and allow the universe to take you there, is the message. Sometimes when I'm channeling, my vocabulary, like my words go. I forget what words are what to say. I forget everything. I forget every word in the dictionary. Pile number 3, please, spirit guides. Pile number 3. Final message from pile number 3's higher self going into 2022. What have we got? We have storm. As within and so without, there are storms are coming, a change without doubt. And what happens after a storm? The flowers bloom, said Acturius. So I really do feel like there's just this energy of like gripping onto that rope, gripping onto the past, or gripping onto the energy that you're in. Maybe you're scared of a shake-up, maybe you're scared of what comes next. Allow it to come in, because even when there's like a storm happening, or when the rain happens, you know what I mean? People are like, oh, rain, but like if it wasn't for the rain, the flowers wouldn't bloom. So allow what needs to come in, allow it all to pass, allow it all to flow through you. Allow it to take you where you need to go. There is a reasoning for everything. The back of the deck, we have feasting. Let us feast upon the nourishing and be thankful for thy feast. Not here or there, yet everywhere it be. So again, it's like being thankful for what you already have. Because when, say now you're thankful for, I don't know why a sausage roll just came into my head. I'm thinking of food, like from like a food analogy, but like, so now you're thankful for like the sausage roll. The universe is like, oh, they're really enjoying that sausage roll. Oh, they're really grateful. They're thanking me for that. Oh, they must love food. Tell you what, let's send them cake. Let's send them some, what's on here? I thought that was a fried egg, but it's a candle, never mind. Let's send them some pie. Let's send them a chicken. Like, let's send them the whole feast, because they're really enjoying that sausage roll, and I guess they like it. So there it comes. You know, there's more of that. So learning what you love in this new version of you in this lifetime, and tapping into it in this new version. I'm saying lifetime because I feel like you've had a lot of Phoenix moments in this life. Learning what you love in this new path, on this new journey, and tapping into it. The universe is like, oh, they like that. Let's give them more of it. Oh, they, you know, that really emotionally fulfills them. Let's create an opportunity where they can do that more. Tapping into that. And that's what's happening for you this year. And that's why Spirit's calling you to tap into your inner child and let it guide you. To learn what you love so there can be more of it. You know? Damn. Because there's a lot that you're going to create in the physical. You know, like it says, where did I say as within? There we are. As within, so without. As you're aligning with something, you're able to then create that manifestation. Like I said, you're going to be shocked at how well you can manifest this year without the baggage of the past. So that's the message that I have for you, Pal 3. I really hope that you enjoyed. I'm sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if it did. I hope you guys have a beautiful and happy and abundant new year. I'm sending you guys all my love, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching.